Caitlin Clark is doing it again. After the Iowa Hawkeyes got out to a quick start in their season opener against Fairleigh Dickinson, leading 9-2 without much contribution from Clark herself, Caitlin decided it was time to take over.
Stokey's going to kick it out to Clark from deep, knocks it down. Checks in for Goodman, deep three from Clark, and one! She just makes it look easy out there.
Clark finished the first quarter with 17 points and 3 assists, immediately putting to bed any chance of an FDU upset. It was an incredible flurry of scoring prowess and reasserted Clark back onto the center stage of women's basketball. She finished tonight with 28 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds, leading Iowa to a cruising victory. But unless you've been living under a rock, this isn't the first ridiculous performance that Clark has put forward so early into Iowa's 2024 campaign. After an outrageous junior season, where she led Iowa to the championship game off the back of some of the greatest individual March Madness performances you will ever see, Clark picked up right where she left off, with the brilliance restarting just a couple of weeks ago in a preseason exhibition game against D1 program DePaul. The Hawkeyes held the game outdoors, enabling over 55,000 people to pack into Iowa's football stadium to witness Clark play live, smashing all women's basketball attendance records. And yes, she continued to do ridiculous things like this.
Caitlin Clark unloads from the end zone.
She finished that game with another casual triple-double of 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists, continuing her dominant statistical stretch. I don't think there's anyone drawing more eyes to the sport right now than Caitlin Clark. She's doing wonders for women's basketball. Because, let's be honest, the reason why Iowa were able to almost sell out an outdoor stadium and seat nearly 60,000 people for a women's basketball game in college is because of the draw that Caitlin Clark and her spectacular playstyle has. And while I've shown off her insane shooting highlights so far, it's not even just that still blows everyone's minds when watching her play, because her playmaking and offensive IQ is also out of this world. She seems to always be 1 or 2 steps ahead of everyone else on the floor. Like, look at some of these examples here. When DePaul's transition defense fell asleep or was a step behind, Clark would take advantage every single time, loping balls in front of her teammates to run onto, resulting in countless open layups in transition. It's obviously only been a couple of games, some not even counting towards the regular season. But Iowa do appear as if they're clicking really strongly together. The group is in a rhythm, which is great to see. Clark understands the gravity she holds as a long-range shooter too, so she often takes players on off the catch or even off the dribble, blowing by their over-aggressive defense into the lane and nailing some tough layups or inside jumpers. Like this one here against DePaul, where she embraces the contact and rises up for the tough finish. Or how about this one on the opening possession tonight against FDU, where she gets to the paint, sleekly creates space by her defender, and nails the fadeaway look. It's just brilliant awareness that you sometimes don't see from a player that young. It's clear to me that Clark's decision making has vastly improved, and it's enabling her and the Hawkeyes to dominate early into this season. What's been good to see as well from a coaching point of view is the sets that I was running for Clark as an off-ball asset. Like this one here, she smartly cuts right into the paint off her defender and gets an open look, just because of her gravity that kept her defender in a standstill at the 3-point line. There's many more examples that I won't go into here, but the point is that Clark's game is constantly evolving, which is just fantastic to see. As the 3rd ranked team in the nation right now, there's obviously some high expectations for Iowa. Without Monica Czinano, I'm curious to see who steps up and helps support Clark consistently this season. Whether that's going to be another frontcourt player that can combine with Clark for a deadly 2-woman game, or a backcourt piece that will facilitate well and bring out the best of Clark as an off-ball threat, as I mentioned before. I'm looking at players like Hannah Stelke, who was excellent today and finished with a near double-double, getting good position down low for entry feeds from girls like Kate Martin or Caitlin Clark. Either way, I think with Clark playing the way she is, I'm confident Iowa can march toward another Final Four appearance in a few months' time. Though obviously, we have a bit of waiting to do, and things can change a lot by then. It is still early. But ultimately, my point is, Caitlin Clark looked absolutely incredible today, and is undoubtedly going to be the player to match if you want to win the National Player of the Year. Iowa play the 8th ranked team, Virginia Tech, on Thursday night. So if you're around, I'd definitely try tune into that game. I'll definitely be covering it here on the channel because that will be a huge game for setting the tone for both of those teams' seasons, especially Iowa's. They got off to a great start today. So let's see if they can keep the ball rolling. If you made it this far, you must have enjoyed this analysis, so be sure to leave it a like and subscribe for more women's basketball content like this. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.